Machinarium has been called one of the best point-and-click adventure games of all time. By a lot of people. Even I once called it the best point-and-click adventure game of all time. Was I right? Well, no. Despite these overwhelmingly beautiful graphics, the crafty puzzles, charming character designs, and the emotionally evocative music, I wouldn't necessarily call Machinarium the best.
I would, however, call it perfect. In fact, yeah, it's probably the perfect point-and-click adventure game.
So what is Machinarium? Well, if you like point-and-clicks, you've probably already heard about it. It's a European indie game released in 2009, praised for its imaginatively realized hand-drawn beauty. Just look at it. Machinarium follows the story of a short, wimpy little robot. He's been dumped in a junkyard, exiled from home and girlfriend. So you've got to help him find his way back into the city, a place which appears to be very post-apocalyptic. What a grim wasteland. It's pretty dark, isn't it? You'd think, looking at this bleak landscape, that the game might have a pretty intriguing story. Possibly a dark, depressing story, or maybe something weird and trippy with subtle undertones. Well, you'd be wrong. The story is actually what keeps Machinarium from being one of the greatest, because there isn't one. Machinarium is mostly just cartoony nonsense. The story's about as simple as you can imagine. You are a robot. You've got to save your girlfriend. You've got to find things. And use them. This isn't actually a problem, though. There doesn't need to be a story, because one of Machinarium's greatest strengths is its simplicity. There's no pesky dialogue, for example. The characters communicate in gestures, noises, and symbols. It's kind of like WALL-E, minus the humans, which I think would have strengthened that movie quite substantially. Even the puzzles are simplistic. They look really complicated, but once you start tinkering around with them, the solutions become obvious and smack you in the face. Whoever designed this game sure knew how to take simple everyday logic and bend it into head-scratching complexity. And you know what's really cool? Any one of these puzzles would be just as difficult for an adult to figure out as it would for a child. Machinarium is that accessible. No matter your age, gender, or the language you speak, you can understand and enjoy Machinarium.
And while the game is so thin that the only real reason to play it is the art isn't thin at all.
I mean, for a game that goes all out with its own avant-garde art style, it's rare to see it actually work. To see it work so well that you feel completely immersed. Take a look at this room, for example. Look at these soft, warm colors, the dim lighting, that exaggerated, bulbous bulb. It just reaches out and pulls you in. And for hand-drawn graphics, that's impressive. And it's not just the graphics that do this, it's the music. This award-winning soundtrack was composed by ambient musician Thomas Vorak. Did I say that right? The music literally blows me away. Listen to this theme that plays in the depths of a small prison cell. Pretty impressive sounds, game. Pretty impressive sounds. So, Machinarium may not have much of a point or a reason, but with all these elements working together so well, this game proves itself to be one of the finest in presentation. A must-have for any lover of sheer artwork.
This has been a fragment. See you next time.